aren't those the baby's teething cookies?
Did the baby buy them?
Jim, don't you remember a moment when you realized you were put on this planet to do something? It's not eating.
Do you really think I should audition to play a character named Ugly?
I think you could really nail it.
There's my Ugly.
He's ugly.
He is ugly.
Hey, how do you manage to keep that just rolled out of bed look working the entire day?
It's some skill and a whole lot of I don't care.
I'm still hungry.
Here, you can eat this on the way.
This is cookie dough.
You're welcome.
What did you do?
I don't know. They grabbed me at Shake Shack.
You said you weren't gonna eat fast food anymore.
Do you believe you were put on this earth to do something for the benefit of humanity?
You know, I've thought a lot about that, but I just don't know where I would hide your body.
The Jim Gaffigan Show, Sundays at 10 on TV Land.
I don't understand when you became such a snob. You played a guy who pooped with the door open on Sex and the City.
Ash! What's up? I'm so excited about this.
I'm so nervous about sitting in a director's chair in this dress.
Oh, you know, we can blur out the naughty bits if
I'm
they
a little
accidentally
blush.
show.
It's smart.
I'm so excited to have Ashley Williams here. We met in 2013 when she was on Broadway at A Time to Kill, and then she moved to Hollywood and now is back in New York, so I'm thrilled to see you.
Thanks for having me. This is really fun. Laura actually came to my birthday party with her parents.
Yeah.
Which was a huge hit.
Yeah, it was fun.
Your parents killed at my birthday party.
Oh, they'll be so delighted to hear that.
They were like the MVPs.
Let's talk about the Jim Gaffigan Show.
Let's.
Wednesday
I love
nights,
talking about
TV Land, 10 p.m.
Sunday nights,
Oh.
10 p.m. I think it might have moved from last season, and now it's Sunday nights at 10 p.m.
Well, thank you for
TV
setting me
Land.
straight on that.
You are welcome. That's what I'm here for.
You play Jeannie Gaffigan, who is a real-life person.
That's correct. Yeah, Jim Gaffigan, the stand-up comedian we all know and love, is married to a woman named Jeannie. They have 5 children together, and they each write this show. We don't have a writer's room on the show, so literally Jim and Jeannie put their kids to bed at night and stay up and write the episodes together, which is amazing. So I am playing and representing Jeannie Gaffigan. It's not actually her, it's sort of an exaggeration of her. So that means that I get to like be a little bit more crazy, and which I love. Do a little bit more sort of bonkers things than the actual Jeannie, who's a very stable human. She has 5 children. She executive produces the show and also runs her kids' lives. Like, she is organizing the props and the costumes and the, you know, helping to choose the shots and also organizing the kids' play dates and, you know, pickups and drop-offs from school and helping with homework, like, while she's on set. So she's sort of like my hero. And it's an honor to be able to represent her on the show.
Well, there's a part of every episode or most episodes where you do this time-lapse thing with the kids where the shot, when I watch it, takes about, I don't know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, but it's time-lapse from an entire morning of you packing lunches and getting the kids to bed or walking them all across town or whatever. How long does that take to shoot?
It's between 10 and 12 minutes. And it's actually, I love when we shoot these time lapses because it's very relaxed. It doesn't look it because it's in hyperspeed and it looks like everyone's kind of frantic. But no, I love shooting them. We do a rehearsal, which is pretty intricate because it's all about sort of the list of tasks. What am I doing? I'm putting out the breakfast plates. I'm cleaning up the breakfast plates. Somebody spilled something. I wipe up the spill. You know, Joseph runs out in his underwear. You know, a variety of things go wrong. They get fixed, etc. And basically run through the rehearsal, and then we shoot it, and it's MOS. There's no sound being recorded. So Jeannie is calling out the action over basically what we're doing. So she's saying, okay, Ashley, pick up that cup. Okay, now put it in the dish, put it in the sink, put it with the dishes. Okay, now, and it's really fun. And
sometimes you have to carry like 4 kids across a
I know,
city
and
block.
like, I'm not kidding, like my back hurts.
I'm
like
sure.
my back hurts actively right now because of this job.
Oh gosh. I hope they have a good chiropractor.
They actually take such good care of the crew and the cast. They have masseuses come on like on a regular basis, and we can like sign up for little massages and stuff, which is a nice perk.
So Jim Gaffigan, I think some people know, and you make fun of this in the show, as the food comic, because he has like all his most famous bits are about Hot Pockets and
The
stuff.
stories are real.
Well, what I have always wanted to know is what's on craft services at the Jim Gaffigan Show.
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
It's pretty good. You know, they also do a lot of food trucks for us, which is great. We do a lot of coffee trucks and taco trucks. There's always something. A couple times a week, there's like a specialty food situation. But yeah, I mean, it's for real. I mean, the other cool thing is we have such a New York presence. You know, the show is shot on location all over Manhattan. And people are aware that Jim is a foodie. So, you know, whenever we shoot within like a quarter of a mile of a Shake Shack, they send over like 200 burgers.
How many of those does Jim eat?
Well, you know, we all have to sort of keep our energy up. It's a long day. So we all partake. I mean, when there's like a free like hardcore Shake Shack burger in front of you, you're not going to say no. Come on.
Well, I don't know how you manage to keep looking.
Well,
so
there's
fantastic.
5 children, and I have to like pick them all up.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That
You're
helps.
burning the
That
calories.
helps, yeah, burn off the Shake Shack.
Oh my gosh. So you have this sort of glamorous Hollywood life that you.
So not. I love that idea. It's so not. I live in a 400 square foot apartment in Manhattan with my child and my husband. It's like not cute, you guys. Like this was like a whole day, like putting on the lipstick. This is not normal.
I can say that like you don't exude any kind of Hollywood sort of airs.
Well, that's nice.
And my theory is that it's because of this other job that you have.
Oh, I do.
You have your, sort of Hollywood glamour side, but then you also are a doula.
Yeah.
Which, can you just explain in a
Yeah, a
sentence or
doula
two?
provides physical, emotional, and informational support to a woman and her partner in childbirth, labor, and immediately postpartum. So I trained to be a doula like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and 6 years ago I got certified. I've attended 52 births. I won't say I delivered 52 babies because the mother delivers the baby, and there's also like an OB present, and it's all very by the
You
books.
delivered one baby. Yours.
Well, my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I did that. I guess so 53 births.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, and the other thing I did was I worked in Bangladesh. I went there and I volunteered in a hospital, and I worked there. I was there for like a month. Helping to educate women in different sort of rural areas about different conditions that were prevalent then at the time. And I also worked on like hand washing and stuff like that. So yeah, it's an amazing job. And I find that like it really helps to enhance my work as an actress because it reminds me that there's life beyond sort of the TV and movie industry, and stage, which can be a little bit narrowing sometimes, sort of psychologically.
I just see them almost as polar opposites. One is just all about the surface and sort of the photoshopping kind of,
Yeah, except
Hollywood.
like I don't really do that. Like I don't know how to Photoshop.
No, you don't do that, but I mean
I
Hollywood
wish I
in
could
general.
arrive photoshopped, like automatically photoshopped for my day.
You look photoshopped.
Oh, stop it. So, no, I mean, what I find interesting about like the doula actress combo is that the root of it is all about empathy. So when you're working as an actress, you're, sort of approaching a character from a place of empathy. What makes this person tick? How are they feeling? What's behind their actions, whether negative or positive. And it's kind of similar when I'm dealing with a woman in labor or approaching labor or immediately after labor, because really she needs someone to just understand her and empathize. And so actually it feels similar to me in a lot of ways. And, one of my big passions is about educating women about their options in hospitals or during a home birth or whatever it may be. And that's about empowerment. And I'm a really big, sort of feminist, and I play a mother of 5 on TV who sort of runs this household, and there's sort of a parallel there, like I believe in the power of women and about their rights, and and I believe that education is sort of the way into that.
That's awesome.
Well, it was a little convoluted, but I think
No,
I
it
pulled
wasn't
out
at
at the end.
all. It took something that I saw as polar opposites, and now I'm thinking of them as like that. I love that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a woman that you were guiding through a birth who was like, I can't believe that Victoria from How I Met Your Mother is helping me give birth?
No, it totally happened. There was this woman who hired me, and she and I didn't want to be like, well, I'm an actress, but she was like, I recognize you from somewhere. Are you having a mic issue?
I thought I accidentally turned it off.
You
but
didn't.
I didn't.
You are
Thank
nailing
you for
it.
checking.
You're welcome. I'm here for you.
Look at
it's
your
all about
empathy. It's everywhere.
I know. Let me know if you need me to hold your hand or, give you a massage.
I might.
Okay. So this woman hired me, and she was like, I feel like I recognize you from somewhere. And I didn't want to be like, well, I'm an actress, because that makes me feel stupid. So I was like, oh, like, did you go to camp? Or like, where are you from? And she was like, no, I swear I remember. Anyway, whatever. So here's my birth plan, and here's what I want to do, etc. And then she's like in labor. She's working her butt off. It's amazing. I'm inspired. I'm like sitting across from her, and she didn't want to be touched, which was an interesting challenge. So I was sort of like holding space for her through her contractions. And at the end of a contraction, she just looks up to me and she goes, How I Met Your Mother. And I was like, oh no, is this gonna mess you up? Like, are you okay? Like, do you want me to leave? Is this weird? And she was like, no, let's talk about Victoria. And I was like, all right. And that's kind of a weird thing. Someone's in labor, you want to kind of limit the talking sometimes because it sort of activates the neocortex, the thinking part of your brain. So I felt bad, but she wanted to know about my career, and I kept trying to steer away from it, but she was so lovely. Anyway.
It seems like it would be a great distraction, like in the midst of like this sort of traumatic thing that's happening to your body.
Maybe. If I was in labor and someone tried to talk to me about their acting career, I would have shot them.
Right, but she was leading it, and maybe
she was definitely,
maybe hearing
motivating.
stories about Neil Patrick Harris was exactly what she needed in that
Right?
moment. By the way,
what?
tell us a good story about Neil Patrick Harris.
Let's see. His partner is an amazing chef. Were you aware of that, David?
No,
Oh,
I know he's an
God.
amazing actor.
He is an amazing actor. But no, I went to a party and Neil Patrick Harris was there. Because they go out a lot. Like they very highly social couple.
Oh, the two of them.
Yeah. And so I kept seeing Neil around, and then one night I was like eating my face off, as you do when you're hanging out with Neil Patrick Harris, and he was like, my husband made these crudités, and I was like, what? Yeah, he was like catering this amazing event. In addition to being an actor and everything else, he's also so maybe that's a good story.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of How I Met Your Mother, I would like to congratulate you on making People.com's list of Ted's 10 best ex-girlfriends. You were number 1.
I know. That's amazing. I'm very flattered by that.
It doesn't surprise me. Victoria's
The
awesome.
popular vote,
But you also have a long-standing relationship with People.com. You've done a lot of writing for them, and you have a new project with them coming
I
out?
do, yeah. I'm really excited about this. So in sort of keeping with my childbirth education passion, I went to People.com and I asked them if they would want to partner with me on sort of a little piece of content for their website about educating women. So we're producing it, and I'm really excited about it. It's called What No One Tells You. What No One Tells You about labor, delivery, going back to conception, postpartum, breastfeeding issues, etc. And I'm going to have on celebrity guests who are my friends.
Is this a video project?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to host it, and I'm going to have celebrity guests who are my friends come in and tell their story about what no one told them about the labor and delivery process or motherhood in general. And then we're going to have on experts to help educate and sort of back up with factual information. And the goal is to sort of arm women with their birth options as they go into the process. So I'm really excited about it. We're hoping to do it this summer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll definitely
I'll keep you guys
looking
posted.
for it. What else do you have in the hopper?
I'm so excited. I literally, just last night, we got a green light on a movie that I'm producing for Hallmark, and I'm really excited about it. So we're gonna start shooting that soon. We go into pre-production in 2 weeks.
What can you tell us about it?
Oh, it's like a big, dark secret.
Is
not.
it?
No,
Can you
just
tell us
great.
the title or?
Yeah.
or the plot?
Oh no, I can't actually because there's a working title and I don't want to confuse anyone.
Okay.
But it's definitely starring me, and it's about a badass which is really like the role I usually play.
You're playing yourself,
Yeah,
basically.
typecasting. And no, it's good. It's about like an environmentalist and a passionate member of her community who's sort of fighting for this cause in her community that's really important to her. And there's some love and some making out.
Who are you making out with?
What? I can't. You know what? It's not cast yet.
Well, let me know if you need any help with the casting process.
Okay, I thought you were going to say let me know if you need any help with someone to make out with.
Oh, well, I'm available for that as
Oh,
well.
okay, good to know. I'll have you call my agent.
When are you coming back to the stage?
Oh, well,
You're
probably
back in
not
New
for a
York
while.
now, babe.
I know. Here's the thing. I have this child,
Oh, yeah.
and it's so hard to like organize. But listen, like if the right part or the right project came along, I would love to do that. I just feel like right now, like I'm really passionate about TV, and I love these little Hallmark movies, and I love the Jim Gaffigan Show, and it's kind of, I might be able to fit in like a little show in there, but it's kind of tough. But I mean that obviously, like I went to theater school. That's my first passion.
Do you sing? Like, can we get you a 6-week run in Chicago?
I sing, but not well. I sing enthusiastically. I think Chicago, the bar might be a little higher. Yeah, I don't think anyone needs to hear that. My son is impressed by my singing, and that's all I really need. And you'd be impressed because you're my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I want to go do karaoke with you immediately
Oh
following
my
this
God,
interview.
right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, awesome. I'm in. We're going to take a few questions from the audience.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
But first,
I want to know what these guys think about childbirth education for women. in the
they're
front
super
row.
into it. I can tell
They
by the
seem
looks on
eager.
their faces. No, but before we go to the audience, I want to talk about this film that you were in, this 20-minute film.
Oh,
That I just realized. There's a show on TV that you guys may have heard of that just entered its second season called Unreal.
Do you guys know the show on Lifetime?
It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
What I didn't know until a few days ago was that it was inspired by and based on a short film that starred you.
That's right. Yeah.
And now that's available on
Yeah,
YouTube
you guys can
and,
watch it. Yeah, they've just finally released it. I've been
and
trying to
it's
get
called
them to release.
Sequin Rays.
That's right. It's called Sequin Rays, and it's
R-A-Z-E.
it's created by Sarah Shapiro. It's her sort of story, and
She was a producer on reality television.
that's correct. And so she wrote this short film, and I played the lead character that Sherry Appleby now plays in the TV show. And Constance Zimmer, there was sort of an amalgam of her character in the short film as well. And Anna Camp played a contestant on the reality dating show. And it was great. It did really well. We did a bit of the festival circuit, and obviously it got the attention of Lifetime, and then they created the show. So it's really cool. I would love it if you guys checked it out, because it's a great little piece of content, especially if you like the show Unreal. It's really cool, because we were there first.
Yeah.
I got there first.
And what I love about it is that like you are just as beautiful and dynamic and I want to use the word presentable, although that's such a weird word, as Anna Camp, as an actress, and yet you were cast in this producer role where you kind of messy and you're like stuffing pizza
Disgusting.
into your
Oh,
face.
yeah.
And it's like it shows such a wide range of like your acting ability.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. Thank you.
I
I have to say
I
it was a
loved
relief
it.
to not have to like wear makeup, and we shot it over the course of 5 days, and it was all night shoots, and I was literally like, can we not stop shooting, because I'm so comfortable. Like usually when I'm shooting I have to wear heels, and it's like
And Anna Camp, who's like made up so
Anna
perfectly,
Camp,
was
who
probably
was-
like,
who
can I
was, like,
just take my shoes off right now?
she's like stunning just as like a specimen of humanity. But yeah, then they put her in this like incredible dress, but she was in hair and makeup for a lot longer than me. Literally they would be like, do you want chapstick? And I'd be like, no. I just want a piece of pizza. It was great. It was really fun.
Sounds like the kind of
Yeah,
gig
and I
I'd
just
like to get.
I sobbed. I just like sobbed the whole short film.
And it was so easy to empathize with your character, even though she's doing all these despicable things, which
It's like being a horrible girl.
yeah, but yet you were the one that I liked in that.
Oh, that's
film,
so interesting.
Which I think is such a testament to your acting.
Because I'm not the protagonist of that film.
Well,
That's so interesting.
it also might be that I just really
You're
like you
just
in
my
real life.
friend. You're my friend.
Don't
appreciate it.
poo-poo that. That's
Oh
an
no,
important
I
thing.
love it. I'm grateful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan Show, Sunday nights.
Sunday nights, 10
at 10
p.m.
on TV Land.
TV Land.
It's also available on demand.
That's right.
And Oh, I also just would like to say how many amazing guest stars there are
Oh my
on
gosh,
this season.
it's amazing.
It's like Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld. We just had Zachary Quinto, Judy Gold, Perez Hilton, Raven Simone, all in one episode.
Yeah.
Andy Richter comes in. They are killing it with the guest stars.
Yeah, it's
Every
pretty
time I
great.
see it, Tig Notaro did this like whole scene where she was like hitting on me in a construction site.
And
I
then
was like,
like
this
there
is
was
the
a
best day of my
huge
life.
brawl that ensued.
Yeah, we got in. There was like a fight.
I
it
love
was
her.
amazing. I love her. I was a little stalkery with her on set because she's like having children this summer, and so I was like trying to like, you know.
Can I please be there for your birth?
I was like, no pressure, but like I really know my way around a baby if you need help. And
She's like, don't call me, I'll call.
yeah, I like organized getting her like a couple of products that I really love. Like I had them sent, and I was like, can I get your address? And you know what address she gave me? Carol's address. Do you guys know who Carol is?
No.
Her partner's name is Stephanie, and in Tig Notaro's little bit that she recently did on This American Life, it was featured on This American Life.
yeah.
It was a little stand-up bit about a joke that Carol tries to tell that like slays during a comedy
Carol's
show.
her mom,
Her mother-in-law.
her mother-in-law.
Anyway, it's this whole amazing story. Look it up. It's on an episode of This American Life, and she basically brings Carol up on stage during a stand-up act to tell this joke, which is like a ridiculous joke, but like slays bigger than Tig Notaro's ever slayed. And when I asked Tig Notaro for her address to send her some like baby swag, she gave me Carol's.
She's
address.
like, I'll take the stuff, but I need you to not know where I live.
Oh, completely. Because there was part of me that was like, I want to go hang out with Carol. I think I'm gonna show up.
Maybe she'll tell me that joke.
Maybe she will. That's all I want.
Let's go to the audience for some
Yes.
questions.
Tell me, guys, what do you think?
Hi, Ashley. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
I think you're great. I was wondering, since your role on the Jim Gaffigan Show is based off a real person, even though it's fictionalized, and since she's so accessible to you on set, if your acting approach differs at all compared to when you're playing someone who's just completely made up.
What a good question. You know, I have to say, like, it's such a joy to play Jeannie Gaffigan, partly because I realized early on that the real Jeannie Gaffigan is incentivized to make me look good because I'm representing her. And that means that I kind of have like a buddy who I can run things by, and like she's not gonna let me look stupid. Which I've never had before, and I now am terrified to do a job without. She's so supportive, she's so loving, and genuinely helpful. You know, if a joke isn't working or it feels weird in my mouth, she'll rewrite it for me on the spot. So I really feel lucky to have her, and I'm really lucky that she's not like a crazy, weird, competitive girl. Because it could have gone that way, and she's not that way at all. She's loving and giving and generous and wants ultimately to make the best TV show possible, and that's really helped.
Do you ever find that that limits the risks that you can take? Like, is she ever like, that's going to make me look stupid if you take this?
No, because she loves the idea that this character's a little bit bonkers. So what I hear from her a lot of the time is like, go further with it. Go bananas. Like, I love that, you know? And we talk a lot about motherhood and about what it's like to have children in the city, and it's complicated. And, you know, your children are playing in a sandbox that, like, rats poop in. And, like, that's a reality. Like, it's like, kind of funny, but it's also kind of terrifying. And we, like, have jokes about it, and it's all ultimately, like, on the show, it's about talking honestly about, like, the realities of motherhood. So there's a lot of, like, craziness in there, and she encourages me to go towards it.
Does the real Jeannie Gaffigan really like get delicious food and throw it down the toilet when Jim makes her mad?
I don't think so.
That's a
because
bit for the
really
show.
that would mess up the toilet pipes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I like that concept.
Me too.
Yeah. Another question?
Hi, I know you were on How I Met Your Mother, and that's Singlecam, and now you're on the Jim Gaffigan Show, and that's, no, How I Met Your Mother is Multicam.
That's
And the
right.
Jim Gaffigan Show is Singlecam. Can you speak about your experiences with both?
I have to say that the How I Met Your Mother multicam format is different than any other multicam I've done before. I've worked on multicam shows. I did, New Adventures of Old Christine, and I did a show called Good Morning Miami years ago, and that had a live audience. So there's a lot more of an adrenaline rush when there's a live audience there because there's the pressure. You don't want the audience to get tired. They might not laugh at your joke, and then your joke would get rewritten, and it's a little bit more hyper. But in How I Met Your Mother, there's no live audience. It's the writers and the crew laughing at your joke, or not. But it's a little bit less pressure because you can say, ooh, you know what, let me try that again. And you can't really do that when there's a live audience there. You can, but like you can't do it really more than once. So I have to say, like, the shooting of How I Met Your Mother was pretty similar to Gaffigan in that, like, you could be honest about what's not working for you in the moment, and the pressure is a little bit more off. So I really, if there's a live audience there, it's fun because it's like theater, but it's also not like theater because you don't quite have enough rehearsal. So, I prefer a single cam format, and I, in general, would prefer if there's no audience because it just takes the pressure off. To answer your question.
So you mentioned Good Morning Miami.
Yeah.
Which was 2002, and now we're in 2016. And haven't you done a pilot every single year? This is
like so intense.
No, this is
the
amazing.
Deep, dark underbelly of Ashley Williams we're in right now.
So inspiring to me because you never gave up. I'm obsessed with the idea of doing the work.
Yeah.
And earning what you
No
get.
one can ever accuse me of being lazy.
I am bored by the idea of an overnight success and the amount of work that you have put in to get where you are.
Yeah, so what she's saying is I shot a TV show called Good Morning Miami, and then every pilot season, starting around January, starts pilot season where you go out and you audition for, like, I'm not kidding, like 10 to 15 TV shows a week, and then you end up testing or not, but like you test and then you end up getting the job or not. And it's highly competitive and highly stressful. And every pilot season for 11 years, I auditioned, tested, booked a pilot, and then in May, you find out if the pilot's picked up or not, and every single May, the pilot was not picked up for 11 years in a row. So this was the final one. And every year I quit acting. Like in May, I'm like, I'm done, we're done, I get it, I get the message. And then I kind of like run out of money and I kind of feel stupid. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm coming like around December, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna like go for a run and try to be an actress again. And then I go and I like book another pilot and then it doesn't get picked up. So basically and the incredible thing was I found out I was pregnant the day we started shooting the pilot of Gaffigan. And I remember thinking like, this is make or break it time, and then it ended up getting picked up right as I was pregnant with my first child. So it ended up being the one I really needed to get picked up. So I was actually grateful, that it sort of happened that way because I'm infinitely humbled and proud.
Well, this was the right one. It's such a funny show.
It's a good
you
show.
and Jim have such incredible comedic and romantic chemistry.
Oh,
I'm really happy you're back in New York for personal reasons and just because I love this show.
Oh,
and I just want to thank you so much for being here.
I am so glad I could be here. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Yay!